Welcome back to Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. I've got crafting on the mind today. This guy has firing a crossbow on his mind, apparently. His guard is getting annihilated. Well, not really. Honestly, he held up better than I expected. Anyways, I'm going to do some crafting. And for doing crafting, we need inventory space. So I'm just going to jump out into the wilderness here, put some nature runes in a bag, and immediately get out of there. And then teleport over to Port Phasmatis. Drop the ectofile and these runes. So now we can't really teleport anywhere. But that's not a problem, because we want to be here. And this is going to make everything a lot easier. The method we're going to be using is charter ships. We need one glass blowing pipe. Keep that down here. And now we have space to very easily grab 10 buckets of sand and 10 soda ash from the charter. We then make our way over to the furnace here, where we can make glass and then blow it. At the furnace, we make the molten glass. 10 at a time here, which does work pretty nicely, since we don't need to worry about hopping multiple worlds to get enough inventory. But then, on the way back to the ship, we make lantern lenses. We can walk and blow glass at the same time. We are very talented, it seems. And then when we get back, we can trade the extra buckets and the lantern lenses for a little bit of money back. And then we just hop worlds. Ideally, we find some group of worlds where no one else is using this shop. Like, not this one. There is a bit of contested shop usage. We just need to find worlds where there's 10 of each and keep running back and forth, blowing glass, making lantern lenses, selling everything back. It's all very easy. Ultimately, we need to get from level 56 to level 61. We can see from our fletching experience here that level 61 is at 302,000 XP. So we need 114,000? Something like that. So, it'll take a little bit, since individually each of these isn't a huge amount of XP. 55 is okay. But it's just going to be a lot of going back and forth here for at least a little while. But it's doable. And there's really not any better ways to get to 61 here. So we will do it. 57 crafting. Green Dragonhide Vambraces. Of course we can just buy those from a shop, so that's not super useful. But it is a taste of future abilities to make Dragonhide equipment. So that is good. 58 crafting. Earth Battlestaffs and Diamond Bracelets. 59 crafting. We can go make the Toxic Staff of the Dead and try to know the swamp. Yeah, sure. I'll get right on that. 60 crafting. Green dragonhide chaps, you birdhouses, and some split bark boots and gloves. Okay. And 61 crafting. We can make the split bark helmet, but that is not the reason we did this. That is the last requirement for lunar diplomacy. Another week, another set of Tears of Gothics. As we continue to get more quest points, in theory, the number of tears per week should increase. This time, 138. Seems pretty good. And for that we get 8,000 rune crafting for level 43. Nice. And now, lunar diplomacy. And now we can start the quest. A pretty large list of items required for this one. Stole another bullseye lantern from cave goblins, but the rest of it was pretty easy to come by. Got a couple death runes for the boss fight. Boss fight, very much in quotation marks. But anyways, we can start by talking to Lokar, Sea Runner here. Hello there. Looks like we're skipping a dialogue from him, but okay. Presumably he's supposed to call us an Outlander, because we're just screaming at him. Not to call me an Outlander. Anyways. He's not impressed with them letting people join the Fremnik. Things have really changed since he's been gone. So where have you been then? He is Lokar, Scourge of the Northern Seas. I haven't heard of you. He's got some disagreements with the Fremnik. It was all too slow for him. So he decided to become a pirate. It's pretty exciting. But that also had day-to-day activities, which he didn't enjoy either. Boring. He just wants to do the pirate stuff. Okay. Plus you get to see the world. So that's fun. But now he's back. Because they're short on supplies. We're doing horrible pirate impressions again. Classic us. They went to Lunar Isle, where the Moon Clan live. Pretty interesting. They are the Fremnik's most hated enemy. They've been at war for hundreds of years. And that's going to be a problem, because they are powerful mages that can read minds, and we are a Fremnik. So we're going to have some disagreements. So if we want to travel there without being killed, we're going to need to do a bit of something. Start lunar diplomacy. We're going to need to get a seal of passage from the chieftain, so we can play diplomat and not be killed. It's a tradition, and hopefully they still recognize it, even though they've been fighting for centuries. So hopefully this works out. I think we can manage this well enough. Of course, it's not going to be that easy. So we're going to go talk to the chief and get this sorted out. Hey, Brunt. I'm going to Lunar Isle, and I need the Seal of Passage to not die. Also, I think I could probably help with this whole centuries-long war you've been having. It's worth a shot, at least. I'll see what I can do with the seal. If we can bring peace, that would be pretty cool. Seal of Passage. I'm gonna wear that, so they can see that we are the diplomat and not kill us on sight. Lokar. I've got the seal. Let's go. Heading back to the pirate ship. Yar, etc., etc. I am a pirate, and a very stupid one. Tally-ho. Lokar rows us out on his rowboat to Pirate's Cove, where we can see the ship here. And what a ship it is. Multiple levels, absolutely enormous, compared to other ships at least. It's probably a reasonable size ship for a ship. But as far as other RuneScape ships are concerned, very impressive. Here's the captain. Captain Bentley. We are new here, so he obviously doesn't recognize us. We're not a stowaway. Lokar invited us here to go see the Moon Clan. Captain Bentley did not sign off on this idea. Doesn't appear to very much like Lokar. Oh well. Bad work ethic. Confrontational attitude. And he's a loser. But he is willing to bring us to Lunar Isle. So that's okay. They were going to be heading that way anyways. And now that they are done loading supplies, it's time to depart. I think we are good to go. Let's sail. Sounds very interesting. We've got our Seal of Passage, so we should be okay. Let's go. And we sail in a circle. And we're right back where we started. Very strange. Way to sail a boat. Things are becoming strange. It's all very strange. A pointless journey around the island. As far as we could tell, everything was going normally. But we didn't go anywhere. So we should talk to Jack, the navigator. If anything, the navigator would know what's going on. We can try it one more time, though. Nope. Still circles. Yep. That's not working. So we can go talk to Jack. The navigator here. You're doing a very bad job. You're the navigator. So it's obviously your fault for navigating so poorly. doesn't like us. Just barging in here and criticizing him, of course. So we're gonna go tell the captain on him. Here we go. Should be scared. I'm going. He didn't think he did anything wrong, which is interesting. But maybe he still did. It looked okay. Just doesn't make any sense. I'm a very helpful stowaway. Talk to him again. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. So what was wrong? Wrong kind of waves? Steering wheel gets stuck? We're being very rude. Now we're pretending to be friends with the captain. Captain Rennie. We're a team. His name's Captain Bentley. That's what I said. It's a nickname. For us friends. Anyways. Bird's Eye Jack still says it wasn't his fault. So the only possible explanation for how they went around in a circle, not once, but twice. Magic. The ship has been jinxed. For some reason. We've been highly suspicious, so it's probably our fault. Although we're going to, obviously, try to prove our innocence here. Because jinxes are thrown overboard. Not great. So I got to go figure out what's going on here before we are killed. Talking to the captain again, who is now outside. The navigator thinks the ship has been jinxed. A reasonable explanation. Makes a lot of sense. We need to find out what was jinxed and remove it. And by us finding it, he means me finding it. I'm not responsible for fixing this. Because who else should you trust to fix the problem that just happened but the guy that just showed up? So I'll do it. We're not going to get any progress here if we keep going around in a circle, so we can do it. We've got a variety of people here on the boat we can talk to. Figure out what kind of jinxes there could be. First we got Eagle Eye Schultz. Jinxes are a big problem. Normally it's just a bit of bad luck. A little bit of trouble. But out at sea, things are worse. On land, you could like trip or something, lose some coins. At sea, most problems end up with everyone dead. Not just you, but the entire ship could go down. So dealing with these kind of things is very important. We're going to need some anti-curse magic, or throwing whatever's jinxed overboard. And this all leads back to the magic. They went to Lunar Isle, so perhaps someone there jinxed the ship. Could be. Curse the entire boat? Somebody must have done something pretty bad at that landing party. So we need to figure out what happened to get this jinx on the ship. He's been very helpful. Next, we will go and talk to the cabin boy. Do you have any information about what happened on Lunar Isle? He didn't mean to. What? Nothing at all. And nobody can prove that he did it. The thing that he didn't do. Uh-huh. Very suspicious. Just wants to gain the wrong idea here. He didn't do the thing. It wasn't. Goodbye. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Lecherously about this jinx. Any idea what happened? The Moon Clan? They're well behaved, so it doesn't sound like anyone. So he doesn't have too much info. So we'll head down into the ship now. Lots of guys in here. Not gonna bother talking to the navigator again. We are not on good terms now. We got Betty here. Beefy Burns, the cook. Looking for some information about the Moon Clan. There was a big feast that everybody else went to, except for him. So that narrows down some information here. There was drinking at the feast, of course. So they could have done something at that point. So now we have a likely time when the problem could have happened. When all the pirates were drunk. That would do it. That would do it. Then we can get some more information. Now that we have more of what happened. Their hospitality. Nobody was rude. Nothing happened during the festival. The first mate slipped away during the feast, though. So that's a bit of extra information. He went towards the ship, and then he came back 20 minutes later. Interesting. So let's see what this first mate was doing. Away from the ship for 20... Away from the feast at the ship for 20 minutes. Very suspicious. I'm not the jinx. I think it's you. I know what you did. You came back to the ship. Why was that? Nothing you can do to get out of this. What were you doing for those 20 minutes? Haha. Wasn't very interesting, though. He just had to inspect the rigging to make sure the ship was securely docked. And he didn't tell me this before, because it slipped his mind. And also we didn't talk to him before. Normally he doesn't do that. Usually it's the cabin boy's job. He wasn't even at the feast. So where was the cabin boy? Suspicious. So that is more information about why the cabin boy was being so strange when I talked to him. Let's go have a word with him. Oh, cabin boy. What were you doing? What were you doing? Not being at the feast? Doing some spying? We're gonna throw you overboard if you don't tell us what happened. There was a girl at the Moon Clan who tasked him with doing something to the ship. Draw 5 symbols around the ship to make the magic jinx. We shouldn't tell the captain, or he will kill the cabin boy. Obviously, this was a bad idea. And we need a special lantern to see the symbols. He's put them all over the ship, so that's fantastic. So we get a lantern and a lens. Unfortunately, this doesn't have oil in it, so it's useless. Just have to pop in an emerald lantern lens here. And now we have an emerald lantern. Using this, we can find the symbols and get rid of them. Using the emerald lantern on various things. There's the symbol. So we just brush it off. 4 to go. One of them was on the metal thing, which was the cannon there. Next up, we've got a wall chart. Here in the first mate's room. And then we head below decks. All the way to the bottom. Where there is one on a chest. Get rid of that too. 2 to go. And then the last 2 are down in here. Don't extinguish the lantern, that's not going to help. On this big crate. Goodbye. And lastly, on a support. And with all of these rubbed away, that should fix the jinx. So we can head back to the captain and set sail. For real this time. Not just going around in a big stupid circle. With how dangerous jinxes are, you would think they'd be more making sure that we got rid of it. But we're saying it is. So I think they're going to work with it. It was the cabin boy. But since we've solved it, he doesn't need to be thrown overboard. Off we go. To Moon Clan Island. Lunar Isle. Fantastic. Now that we're here, it's time to start some diplomacy. What with the whole lunar diplomacy thing we're doing. Heading on up into the town. We get a nice little cutscene. The citizens here levitate, so that's interesting. They're all just floating around with their magical powers. They got magical lights, fancy buildings. Here we go. Here goes nothing. Let me just run on in. Then we just gotta stop. From here, we can see all sorts of people looking around for anyone in particular. If we check here, we need to speak to someone about diplomacy. Take me to your leader. That's what you always say, right? They don't really have a leader. But as close as we can get to that, we should go talk to the Oneramancer. They're very cool. She is down to the southeast. Alright. See if anyone else has some information. They're magical. Doing magic stuff. Having a good time. Let's go see this kind of leader. We also have Sukas around here. They're level 111, so that's great. And that's what some of this food is for not getting beaten up too badly. Protect the melee. There they are. Over here at the Astral Runecrafting Altar. Hello. They can read minds, so that's pretty annoying. But we have important things to discuss. Just us being here is very promising. We have come here to settle this disagreement that's been going on for many years. Trying to sort this whole thing out. Why don't you guys get along? It's mostly down to the whole magic deal. They are very magic, and as far as the Fremnik are concerned, that's a bad thing. So, we're going to have to get around that. And how the Fremnik see them looking down on them. We're a Fremnik, so if we can learn to understand their views, we could be more helpful in fixing these problems here. And they have just the ticket. A ritual called the View of Self-Dream. We go through the ritual, understanding magic and ourselves. And then, in this dream, access to the subconscious etc. But it takes a lot of time to be ready to attempt it. How about we just try it now? Why not? There are a few preparations though. We need to make a waking sleep potion, a lunar staff, ceremonial clothes, in order to do the whole ritual. Start with the potion. We should go talk to Baba Yaga in the chicken house. Can't miss it. Yep. That's a chicken house, alright. Right up here to the north of town. Inside, everything is shaking about as the chicken house is moving. Here is Baba Yaga. We need your help with the potion. Again, mind reading. Potion of waking sleep. To go to the dreamland. How do you make one? Apparently some people have gone mad from visiting their dreams. I'm sure we'll be fine. 1 Guam, 1 Marantil, ground Sukatooth, in a vial of water. But it has to be a special vial. So here it is. Using that, we can get everything else we need on the island. Although we've already brought some of the stuff with us. Come in here and get this vial filled. Add the Marantil and the Guam. There is a herb lore training method that you can do with that, putting Guam and Marantil in the vial and then emptying the vial over and over again. But now we need a Sukatooth. So we're going to fight this guy here. Could put on our power amulet for the fight. Be an idea. Probably should put that back on when we're done though. Don't want to make the islanders angry at us here. We're going to need to kill multiple of these for their other drops too. But with our inventory space as it currently is, we'll just start with the 1. We could probably get away with dropping the lantern and tinderbox at this point. But I'm not going to drop much of anything until we are really out of space. Protect from melee, and we are solid here. This also unlocks these as a Slayer task, which is eh. That's okay. One more hit here. One more hit here. We have to actually hit for it to be a hit, so. There we go. Hide. And we didn't even get the tooth. Great. Alright. I guess I'm fighting another one of these. And there's a tooth. Just what we need. And another hide for later. So we grind up the tooth. Add it to the mixture. And there is the waking sleep vial. Now we just need to go and turn this in. And we can move on to the next step. Hello. Here's the potion. Maybe we'll hold on to that until we're ready with the rest of the bits here. Next up, we need to make the staff. Take a dragon staff to the air, fire, water, and earth altars to imbue it with power and convert it into a lunar staff. We'll still be able to use it for all Draymond staff purposes afterwards. So that's nice. 1 Draymond staff to the altars. We don't have talismans or anything, so we're going through the abyss, which is concerning. Here we go. Running out into the wilderness. Always a great plan. Always a great plan. Nobody else is here. Take the teleport into the abyss. And quickly find our way into the middle. We need to go to these altars in the correct order. Starting with the air altar. There's the water one here. Remember that for later. There's the air. Air rift. There we go. Apparently our first ever time coming to the air altar. That's okay. Draymond staff on the altar. That makes Lunar Staff Part 1. Now, the next question. Can we use this as the Draymond Staff? Can we still use this? Go to Edgeville. Click. Yep, still works. Convenient, since we're going through the abyss 3 more times here. This time we don't have any prayer, but that's okay. We can still teleport away if anything goes weird. So, here we go again. I have to get to 3 more altars. Here is the Fire Altar. Lunar Staff, Part 2. The Water Altar. Lunar Staff, Part 3. And finally, the Earth Altar, where it switches into the full Lunar Staff. We can no longer wield the Lunar Staff, so we're going to have to find our way back to Releka. Probably just going from Camelot. Probably the best we can do. But that's okay. We will get a Lunar Staff that actually works at the end of this, so it's fine. And now, we turn in the Lunar Staff here. Fully enchanted. Ready to go. And next, the 8-part outfit. There is a helmet made out of special ores that can be found in a cave on the island. A cape that somebody in town has. An amulet that Meteora wears on her head for some reason. There is a torso made out of Suka hides. The amulet again. Gloves made of Suka hides. Still made of Suka hides. Boots, also made of hide. Trousers, would you guess it? Also hides. And a ring. We should talk to Celine about that. So we're going to need 4 total hides. So I'll get that done here. With the 4 hides, we can talk to this person here at the clothes store about the ceremonial clothes and tanning the hides. They can do that for us. Use the hide, maybe? Nope. Ceremonial clothes. Suka hides. Now it tans. 100 gold per hide. Seems fair. Now we make the torso. And some trousers. The gloves. And the boots. That is 4 pieces already done. Out of the 8. Celine here has information about the ring for the ceremonial clothes. She doesn't have the ring, but her grandfather did. And he buried it. It's a bit of a treasure hunt for her. Somewhere on the island should be the ring. And there was a clue left, so that'll help us. From water source, follow the westernmost bridge, further south to a bloom of blue. So that should be good enough. Also, there's the cabin boy. Chilling. Here's Pauline. She's got the cape. And she will give it to us if we can show some insight. Guess her name is Pauline. That's obviously not enough. That's just an alias. She has a triple barrel surname. Gives us a bit of a riddle. Changing letters, rhymes with things. We're gonna go with Jane Blood Hagic Maid. And that is it. It's a perfectly good name. Her parents were just a bit imaginative. 1 cape. For me. The helmet is down in the mines. The ring is buried. So the last item we need is Meteora's amulet that she's wearing as a tiara. Can I have it? She's replacing her lucky tiara with it. And to switch it back, we need to go get it from the Sukas. Sukwas? Saka? Cues. How do they work? But we're going to need to kill some to get the amulet back. Well, get the tiara to trade for the amulet that's being used as a tiara. But yes. More fighting. Easy enough. Only on the second kill. Not too bad. There is the special tiara. Now we're heading up towards the mines. It's multi-combat up here. Whole bunch of these guys. We just run on in. We'll be fine. They also have magic, which is great. Down in here, we've got Rune Essence, which is pretty cool. Not a great spot to mine it, obviously. Also, we got some gold and some stalagmites, which gets us the lunar ore. Don't have any nature runes or anything, so we're going to need to bring this to a furnace. Well, that's okay. I think we can do that. Now seems like a good enough time for that part. Used a bit of a shortcut. By destroying this seal of passage, you get sent back to Roleka and not killed, which is great. But since we're here, we can make the lunar helmet. Grab another seal of passage from the chieftain and head right back. Back on the island. Trading in the special tiara for the amulet. And now we just need to go get the ring, which is out with all the monsters, buried under a flower. From the water source up there, and the bridge we had to take to get over here, this is going to be where we need to be to get the lunar ring. So that's everything. So we can go turn all this in, and then get everything back. We're going to need more inventory space for this part. So we're going to drop all the other extra bits that we're not going to need. Might need the tinderbox, actually. Ow. Running. Enemies. Alright, here we go. I've got all the things. Turn them in one at a time. Every single piece. And that's everything. Now, along with all the stuff that we were given, we're going to get some magic kindling from the first ever magic tree. Pretty fancy. Wield all the equipment and the staff. Pour the potion on the kindling and burn it in the brazier in the center of town. Do all that, and we'll be transported to the land of dreams. 11 items added to the inventory. Here is the brazier. So we need to switch into the outfit. A lot of pieces here. Looking very stylish. Oh, we got a lot of stuff in our inventory. We might want to go put some stuff away, honestly. That's probably a good idea. Yeah, we'll be fine. Or maybe we won't. We'll find out. 1 potion on some kindling. 1 kindling on a brazier. That has been lit. And away we go. This is apparently our dream. Very interesting. We can move around and do stuff in this dream, which is convenient. It's a waking sleep because of the potion and all that. We can wake up by reading this lectern here. But before we do that, we need to pass the trials of our dream. There are 6 tasks here. It's very strange, but this is our mind, so there we go. So let's just throw ourselves at each of these and get this done. We step on a platform, and it flings us over here to a place with a bunch of dream trees. We drop the axe we need. You can just get one for free from this guy. The ethereal perceptive. He's got nice trees. Very nice. Chopping them down. We'll make a bet about tree chopping. Why not? I can chop down trees. First to 20 wins, eh? Sure. Let's go. I don't have an axe. Free bronze axe. Nice. And we're going. He's over there. He's going to chop down his dream trees. Hopefully a bronze axe is good enough. He's doing 1 log at a time. Walking very slowly. I'm going to chop down all 4. Oh, we got 2 logs? 2 logs from 1 tree, eh? Rude. We got some strange dream logs here. And that's 4 for us. Doesn't seem like he's trying very hard. So we can quickly chop down the trees as they respawn. He's going to place his next ones. So he now has 4. We are very much in the lead already. So unless he speeds up massively, we've got this in the bag. He only managed to get to 10 before we finished with 20. We've got good command of our abilities. Or something like that. Off we go. This is all supposed to teach us something. This one we learned about cutting down trees fast. We learned about being confident in our abilities. Or something. And also, if you're in a race, you probably shouldn't stop for extended periods of time. Like we're going to learn also here. For this island, we're going to have a race. Very simple. First one to the other end wins. He's going to take the straight path. And we're going to take the curvy path. Full of magical lightning hurdles or something. Why not? On your marks. Get set. Go. We run. And we jump our way over. If this has any checks on your agility level, we're probably going to be okay with this 80 agility. Again, we're doing a race thing, and the dream guys are just casually walking, not even really trying. If they want to give me free wins, I will take it. Thank you very much. And we're over. Perfect. I win. We learned that sometimes things aren't fair. And we have to use our abilities to be better or something. And also, again, if there's a race, you gotta keep racing. Don't just stop. They had it easy, and we had to try a lot harder. But we still won. Because we wanted it more. You have to try to succeed. Something like that. Next. Jump on another weird, springy platform. That sends us over here to a number guy. He speaks in numbers, which is something. A different dialect, I suppose. And we're going to play a game. All about sequences. We need to find the next 2 numbers in the sequence. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 4. And then we choose the next ones. How about 5, 1. 4 to go. 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Also a very awkward system to enter these bits in. 1, 6, 2, 5. You already did this one, guy. 3, 4. 2, 6, 3, 7. 4. And 8. We've done it. We've learned about communication and understanding other people's experiences. Or something like that. We keep landing on our face. So, there's also something to be said that this might be about brain injuries more than anything else. Getting head trauma. We did some number stuff. All about trying to understand people. Communication is key. Bonk. This sends us to an area with a whole bunch of music notes and a mimic. Follow my lead. We'll learn. This is my dream. So what's that say about us? We'll do your task. He waved. I'm going to go over here. Cried. Well done. He is the mimic. So we're going to mimic what he does. A bow. Fantastic. A dance. That's it. A wave. And it keeps teleporting around too, which is something. And a think. Think, think, think. We gotta think. Again, this one is about communication. And we are launched away. Talking to the guy in the middle again. We learned about communication or something. Body language and all that. Lots of emotions are shared without even talking. Next, we'll jump on another platform and get launched to another location. Right over here, we've got a bunch of dice. For a game of luck, or is it? On these dice, they have a number, and we need to get them to add up to the number he wants. There's many ways to get said numbers, but there's a pattern here we can use. He wants 29. So if we look at all the dice here, 10 there, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we need to add 7. Kicking the dice changes the number. Big surprise. Between 1s and 6s, between 5s and 2s, and between 4s and 3s. So by adding 6 here, I have 12 in the middle, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 26. So we want to add 3. So by popping this 2 here to a 5, that should be good. Next we want 18, and the dice reset again here, to 21. So to get 18, we need minus 3. So we can quickly get that done by changing the 5 to a 2. For a 12, we need minus 9. And we get that by kicking over all of the bigger ones. To 1s, 2s, and 3s. Next up, we want 19. So that's minus 2. We can switch things by 5, 3, and 1. So getting minus 2 takes a little bit more effort. I'm going to do minus 3 and plus 1. And the last one, I think, hopefully, is 14. That's minus 7. Minus 5. Minus 8. Plus 1. Ta-da! Luck plays a part in things, but there's also sometimes reason and logic behind it. So we can make sense of our surroundings. Or something. Alternative meaning behind this is that sometimes the dice are loaded. So there's that. And lastly, we go to the final puzzle, which is not really much of a puzzle. We just need to get across here. But of course, it's never going to be that easy, because each of these dream puffs has a chance to not be the right one. So we are going to slowly but surely make our way across here, finding the correct puff. And it's not the first two, because of course it isn't. A winding, twisting path, starting at the third one there, down to here, over to here, over to here. But we made it. I've learned falling just a whole bunch of times. And also remembering is good too. Launch back over here again, and that should be the final puzzle. Is not quite the right word, but task, I guess. Remember where you're going. Try not to fall into the abyss. And with that, we have learned about ourselves enough that we can take the final task. The final challenge. I'm ready. The final challenge is Me. I'm just going to Fire Blast as he stands over there, being level 79, while I'm level 94. Also, he has teleports, which is something. He brought a staff, but no runes, so he can only use melee attacks. While I'm over here, blasting him to Kingdom Come. And he also teleports. Again, safe spotted. We are not the brightest, it seems. But there we go. We have defeated ourselves, or something. It's really hard to say at this point. The lesson is complete. Whatever it was. And we wake up. Back here. At the brazier. Was it all a dream? Yes. That was the entire point. Now that we have completed this, we can go finish the quest. We've only just gone and done it. I understand a whole bunch of things about myself. Relating to others, making progress, being aware of your abilities, being confident, appreciating the unknown. A very, very good dream experience, as far as they're concerned. So, with that, they are willing to try peace and will be rewarded for our fantastic accomplishments here. Crafting astral runes and the lunar magics. Also, 5,000 magic experience, 5,000 rune crafting experience, 2 quest points, and some free astral runes. Not bad. We can make nature runes now, so that's fun. While we're still here on the island, there's another unlock we can get. Switching to lunars. There is the Orania teleport. We need to speak to Baba Yaga. I don't know if we're really going to ever use that in particular. But it's just nice to get things unlocked. Back in the chicken house. Talking to Baba Yaga about that spell. Just recently rediscovered. She can teach us the teleport. There are still more spells in here that we haven't unlocked. And those are from Dream Mentor. But we don't really need to do that right now, so I'm not too worried about it. The spell that I really needed here was unlocked by just doing Lunar Diplomacy. So I'll be fine for now. We're still going to want to go and switch off Lunars for the time being. Regular magics are generally more useful. We also have the option to put a whole bunch of these spells in our portal nexus for the various teleports. So that's something else to consider. But for now, it's going to go back to normal. Put on all my regular stuff. Drop these. Destroy the vial. And then we can put this stuff in our house, which is pretty cool. It's not good, really, as magic armor at all. Technically, the ring is okay, but we really use the Ring of Life for the most part, so not really something we need to worry about. All this stuff can also be purchased back. It's not a huge deal. Also, the lunar staff can be. It no longer has a drop option. So if we ever want to go anywhere where we need to get rid of combat equipment, which this still counts as, we'll need to destroy the lunar staff. But then after we do that, we can buy it back from Purdue here. It's not currently lost because it's not currently lost. If we need to reclaim the lunar staff, we can buy it back from the Oneromancer for 30,000 coins. Or here for 60,000. Or we could just go get a new Drammen staff. Also an option. Either way, we can use this again to go through fairy rings. So that's okay. Hey, there's a free genie. Random. Herblorksby. Thanks. We got these astral runes. And those are going to be very useful. We're going to need a lot more than that, of course, but still. But we need a bit more magic before we can get on with the next thing that I want to do. So it is back to crabs. 75 magic. That unlocks the Barbarian Teleport, Fire Wave, Stat Spy, Ancestral Robes, Eternal Boots, Trident of the Seas, Slayer Staff E, Staff of the Dead, Staff of Balance, Staff of Light, Toxic Staff of the Dead, requirement for Dragon Slayer 2, and Imbued God Capes. Probably not going to be going for Imbued God Capes because of the large amount of time spent out in multi-way deep wilderness. So that doesn't sound like a great plan. I'm sure we'll be just fine with the regular capes. We will manage. But yeah, a nice milestone level there. Used to unlock even more things before they changed some levels for stuff. Not that we're going to be getting any of those things anytime soon anyways, so. Either way, more magic. 76 magic. That is Resurrecting Greater Thralls, Shadow Blitz, Spin Flax, and Telegroup Barbarian Outpost. And lastly, 77 magic for Super Glassmake. The answer to how to train crafting. 61 was required for the quest, which unlocks Lunars, which allows Super Glassmake. So now, from 61 to whatever level we want, magic trains crafting. And so, we shall. Next time. Goodbye.